Hello everyone and welcome back to Expeditions of Viking, where in today's episode we're going to start things off by going and interrogating Gunnar. Though before we do, let's just have a quick look. Is there anything that we need to do? There isn't actually. This is the only thing left for us to do. Let's check on our homestead, shall we? There are only a few things that we can upgrade. We could upgrade our farms a little bit more, which would give us some more prosperity. Not super keen on that one. The training ring and banners. That would give us 2 prosperity as well. It would take 3 days to complete. It would take on a lot of valuables, more valuables than we really have. However, there are a couple of places that we're going to be able to pick those up, and perhaps we'll even get to some of those today. So let's head off. Okay, now one thing I noticed while we were loading in is we do have the thralls counter down here, a highly valuable commodity that can be spent to speed up upgrades in your homestead. Now I've not noticed if we've managed to collect any more thralls by taking prisoners in combat, by choosing the non-lethal options, but that is definitely something I'm going to have to pay quite close attention to. Hello, Kveldver. So you beat Asleifir, did you? That's impressive. I must admit I thought he'd win, but I'm just as glad to see that you're both alive and well. Can you repair my damaged equipment? Okay, repairing screen. 400 valuables to repair that? I think probably not. Maybe we'll repair the single-edged sword, though. I'm not sure. No, we're going to hold off on that one for now. Is everything well with you and the smithy? Depending on what you need me to do, yes. I have everything I need for making carving knives, repair bristles, or fix slave collars. If you need weapons or armor, you'll have to find a better equipped smith. Old Hanar in Reeb has a fine smithy. He should be able to handle any requests you might have. Could you make weapons or armor if I get you the equipment you need? I could. It's not my skill that holds me back. It's the tools. Okay, well that's pretty good. Let's have a look at what equipment you can make. This is the crafting screen. I believe this is where basically we would be asking Kveldulfr to do the crafting for us. Now, the max tier based on resource cap shows the highest tier you can craft, as well as the resource cap for the selected item type. Resource cap is 14, max tier is 2. And for this, I'm not sure, is that like weapons, and this is tools perhaps? Something along those lines? Special property chance, 25%. This vendor has fair prices. We could have a look at all sorts of things here. If we had a look at bows, for example, a willow bow, I'm not entirely sure what we've got currently. We need some more salvage though to be able to do that. We do not have any salvage at the moment, but could we perhaps change these around? Maybe if I had the right resources I could look into it, but he probably can't do any kind of armor right now anyway. But we can have a look at all these. Oh, we can actually craft that one, so maybe yes. And I guess here you can see the preview of the item that you're making. Use durability of the item as an indicator of its overall quality. Items have 1 point of durability per unit of salvage or hides spent on crafting them. Okay. Click here to confirm the item when you're happy. Alright, well we can put things in, so we could create more melee absorption. So decent damage reduction there. That's actually quite interesting the way that works. So we have to balance out what we want to spend on to make something. I guess a better smith would have better chances, more opportunities there. And perhaps if we had, yes, these are special items that you can pick up around the place that can give an item special properties. For example, where is it? There's one. Armor balm. Armor smithing schematic. Rubbing a numbing balm into armor lets the wearer regen a few HP per turn. I picked up this item in my test play, but I never really saw how to use it. That's quite interesting. This is something we're probably going to look into at length later on, though. So, but how about this weather? I'm not gonna waste my smith's time. No, I've got other things to do. There you are, scallywag. All right, well let's go and have a chat with you. Also, let me quickly loot this barrel. What do we got in there? Ooh, some things, not too amazing though. Alright then, Gunnar the Peaceful. Let's have a chat. What a name. Someone has tied Gunnar to a pole in the middle of the animal pen. He must have been standing in the mud for at least 3 hours. Yet he stands straight and looks you in the eyes when you approach him. Let's see. I'm not going to say I'm sorry you've been treated that way. He raided us. There's being polite, and then there's being a pushover. Give me a reason not to kill. We're not going to open with that, because that doesn't necessarily grease the wheels of discourse. Let's go. Had a nice night? I've had less charming bedmates. I like him. The huge man paused for a moment to adjust his weight against the pole. We didn't have a chance to get properly introduced. I am called Gunnar the Peaceful. I'm an Ulfhedin from Vestfold in the north. I assume you are the Thane of this village? I'm Aavak, son of Bjorn, and I am indeed the Thane here. Tell me, Aavak, son of Bjorn, why am I still alive? Well, actually, I'm quite interested in what is an Ulfhedin. We are the chosen warriors of Odin. We go into battle with no coat of armor. Instead, we wear wolf pelts and become mad as beasts. Fair enough, okay. You are honored to be under Odin's protection. Your skeptical followers have lost morale. Ah, that is a shame. Guided by the wrath of the Allfather, I have slain many men. Neither fire nor iron has any effect on me. It's a powerful pact. Okay. I can offer you a way out of this, depending on how you answer my next question. I will make my words count, Thane. Very well. Why did you attack my village? Your defenses are weak. No palisades. The barest excuse for earthworks. You're a tempting target. I'm going to try a sense. It's going to be a hard one, though. Enough playing around. Here's what I believe happened. Oh, no, actually, first, let's continue the conversation. These are just things that are going to give me a little bit more dialogue. I'm not sure if we'll miss out on this, but... You want me to believe you sailed down from Kupang to steal my mother's jewellery? The giant shrugs, a motion not unlike an oak bending in the gale. Your village lies along a major trade route. I assumed you would be wealthy. I mean, that's a reasonable response. And how is it the beacons weren't lit? Perhaps the watchmen were doing a shit job of keeping watch. In their defence, we were being very quiet. I like him. What is your relationship to the Thane School Skullcleaver? Oh... Gunnar's expression remains totally blank. Never heard of the man. Is he some big deal down here? As you know, I'm not exactly from these parts. Alright, let's try the sense. Enough playing around. Here's what I believe happened. Success! You lay out the evidence as you see it. Gunnar's attack came at an all-too-convenient time when your clan was recently weakened by the death of your father. He must have been put up to it. The beacons weren't lit, despite clear weather. Someone must have kept the watchmen from their duty. Gunnar's ship would have passed within range of 3 beacons to the north, all within Yelling territory. School the Thane of Yelling is known to have strong ties to the Northmen in general and Kupang in particular, and School clearly has designs on our territory. As you lay out the facts, Gunnar's face falls into an increasingly deep frown. At the mention of School, he slumps visibly. You're far more shrewd than anyone has given you credit for. Ha ha! It cost me the price of not being a good warrior. This could easily backfire on me, Gunnar, but I'm glad you appreciate it. It's true. School Skullcleaver put me up to this. We met on Orkneyjar, and he swore your village was a worthwhile target, wealthier than the painted ones, and far less fierce. He was either lying or mistaken. Okay, what is Orkneyjar? Smile creeps across Gunnar's lips, and he leans forward slightly. You've heard stories of the island to the west, across the sea? Orkneyjar are the northernmost of those islands. Many Northmen have come to take land from the tribes that live there. There are stories of a great kingdom to the south, with great concentrations of wealth and little in the way of defences. We never made it that far south. Perhaps I will return to those islands and explore them further in the future. Who are the painted ones? I imagine they're talking about Woad. They're the tribes who live in the north of the isle across the sea. They're called the Picts. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Woad is more or less a warrior amongst the Celtic clans. Their weapons are poor and their homes are primitive by our standards, but they fight fiercely and they live in harsh conditions. All in all, they're not a worthwhile target for raids, but their lands are fertile, and so far we've been able to keep them in check. I'll discuss those findings with my confidants. We'll talk again later. You better be telling me the truth. I'll be back when I decide what to do next. Thank you. You're not so bad after all. I mean, I had to lay it out first, so I'm not going to straight up thank him. I'll discuss these findings. The giant sighs. I'll continue to enjoy your hospitality until your return. Okay. Well, that was very good. I am glad that worked out the way it did. I should have seen the connection. Yeah, Thane's school mentioned his ties to Kupang at the feast, and here's a group of Northmen attacking us out of the blue. What does he stand to gain from this? He must intend to weaken us ahead of the next Alfang. He's a slimy viper playing political games. I won't stand for it. I don't know, but we won't find out standing around talking. No, I feel that he's trying to weaken us. Do you believe he's really been to the Isles across the sea? And Gunnar has as well. Could be. He said they've crossed far to the north and found only tribes. But if the stories of larger kingdoms to the south are true, perhaps that's where Bjorn went. Let's not get carried away by the fanciful stories of unprotected coasts full of treasure. I won't make the same mistake as my father. Well, if the stories are true, there's much opportunity there. I would love to follow my father's footsteps to see what he saw, or none of that matters. Let's keep our thoughts on the fact that school indirectly attacked our clan. Yeah, let's take the safer option there. We should take this to Estridir and hear what she thinks. Right. She knows school a lot better than we do. Agreed. So it's off to see my mother again. But before we do, kind of want to have a quick look around. There's a couple of places around here. Anything that I can grab? I mean, I didn't do a super good job of looting my own clan. Feels so weird. Why can't I just tell my clansmen, hey, go out, find all of the things that we just weirdly store in barrels, just unprotected all over the place, and bring them to me, please. It's rough being the thing. Right, okay, well, let's go and chat with my mother then. Okay. There she is. Looks like we got a hole in our roof. Did the man talk? What did he find out? Let's see. I know he's conspiring to weaken us. Okay. Well, we don't know how many months, but Thane's school has been to the island across the sea. He recruited the Northmen there. School is the cause? Then it's worse than I thought. How? The Northmen have started settling in the isles across the sea. School met the raiders there and convinced them we were easy pickings. And we were. This raid was our own fault. Our defenses are inadequate. I agree with that. We'll deal with that later. If school is acting against us, do you know what that means? He'll try to get control of the clan from Sigurdur at the next Alfang. That must be his ultimate plan, yes. This gives him almost a year to weaken us further in the eyes of the king, and nobody will help us against him. As she speaks, Estridir counts on her fingers. He holds great favour with the king, so we can expect no political protection. Further, Yelling is a large territory with many fine warriors, so we can't possibly face him in battle. Third, he all but controls trade with Kupang, a route so profitable as to rival the trade from Saxony through Ribe. It might be Ribe. I've received mixed suggestions on how to pronounce this. I'll go with Ribe for now. It seems that most letters are pronounced at the moment. That's the rule I'm going to go with. We have almost a year until the next Althing. There must be something we can do. Why resist? We already have subjects to King Sigurdur. School will just be another link. No! Sod that. We cross the sea and plunder that unprotected coast I've heard so much about. We must seek political allies elsewhere. The great kingdoms across the sea, with their support, we might resist these attempts to subjugate us. We need to build our own trade routes. School has Kupang. We'll get the isle across the sea. Well, this is not going to make Elzilfir feel any... Eslifir feel any better, because they all go across the sea, and that's something he doesn't want. But... Look, this game is called Viking. I'm going to Viking. And Viking is, from what I understand, an adjective. You aren't a Viking, you go Viking. Viking is basically raiding. From what I understand, Vikings were raiders. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, people who know much better than me in the comments, if you will. But we're going to... No, we're going to raid. Your aggressive followers have gained morale. Your greedy followers have gained morale. Your peaceful followers have lost morale. Everyone stops to consider the implications. Dark looks are exchanged, heavy with doubts and worry. but nobody appears able to come up with a compelling alternative. Finally, your mother sighs. I see no other option. As Leifr, your first act as Thane will be to leave your clan just like your father. Nefja rolls her eyes so hard at Leifr you could almost hear them strain in the sockets. My goodness. That is a pretty hard eye roll. Do you have anything to contribute other than more complaints about Bjorn? Do you have any rebuttal to offer better than nuh-uh? Wow, okay, they just that really lowered the tone. I know you're sworn to serve Aavak, but if you're so afraid to leave, I'm sure you can convince your Thane to let you stay. As Leifr crosses his arms and shifts his weight impatiently. I'll follow if so ordered. In fact, I'll be glad to go. However, our duties lie here with the clan. I mean, there's no... I don't disagree with that, but there won't be a clan much longer if we don't do something to counter school. Think about the glory we might find across the sea, the treasure, the battles. My lord, Kettle, you're going to get us into some problems, aren't you? No, I'm doing this for the clan. We're not going for the glory. We're going to save the clan. As Leifr, I may not agree with your decision, but I respect your reasoning. I'm with you. Then we must begin to make the preparations immediately. We have 2 months until spring. You'll need a new ship and a real herd to crew it. Your Haskals alone won't be enough. We need cargo to trade. If trade is what we're planning, we should ask Thorfinn if he's up to the task of building a longship. There are few... Oh, sorry. If trade is what we're planning, we're not. We're not planning trade, but we do need cargo to bring back the stuff that we don't trade for. So, you know, Kettle's suggestion is reasonable to a degree. Excuse me. We should talk to Thorfinn and see if he's up to the task of building a longship. If I know Thorfinn at all, he's been dreaming of such a task for a long time. There are few fighting men left in the clan. We must leave some to protect the village. We shouldn't trade goods, but what little wealth father left us was spent on feasts. No, we shouldn't trade goods. Well, maybe. Because otherwise we're wasting resources in going up there. We should do a little bit of trading, then go somewhere else and raid it, and then come back with much more stuff. I like this idea. There are few fighting men left in the clan, and we must leave some to protect the village. Maybe we should consider asking Gunnar to join us. Are you mad? That is mad, but it might not be a bad idea. You saw him fight. We want men like that on our side. It's true. Well, actually, no, he went down like a sack of potatoes. As I recall, he did very little other than try to run away and then get downed. But, I mean, he does look like a bear crawled on his face and died, apparently. That has got to be worth something. But can we trust him? He's a brute, but if he'll swear fealty, he'll be our brute. Considering his present situation, I'm sure he can be won over. We'll give him a chance, but we need more crew than him. You'll need at least a crew of 10 for a longship. If you've taken my advice on this, go to the market in Ribe and make your plans public. I'm not liking making plans public because they'll get back to school. Many have heard the stories of that bountiful coast. You should find no shortage of volunteers. I do not intend to do any trading, I'll be honest. The aggressive followers of game are peaceful followers have lost it. We should still stock up on supplies for the journey. I think I have an idea of how we might afford it. Oh? Nefja rubs the bridge of her nose. I'm sure I know what you're going to suggest. Oh dear. Remember, Edith told us about that ancient grave on Funen, where they say a king and queen were buried with all their wealth. Shield Maiden smiles. I knew it. If that's true, we could sell the loot and fill the whole ship with cargo. If that story were true, the graves would have been robbed generations ago. Let's at least talk to Edith about it and ask what she thinks. It's worth looking into. It doesn't sound whimsical, but Edith is wise and well-grounded. Talking to her wouldn't hurt. Good, we've got a plan. Then begin the preparations, my son. I'll start pulling some strings so we can learn more about school's activities and plans. Oh, thank you very much, Mother. I'll hate to see you leave, but I know you'll do your father proud. Your brother and I will watch over the clan in your absence. Okay, so many new quests. Oh, my lord. Also optional. Okay. Well, let's have a quick look at all my bajillion quests. A motley herd. The long ship, we need to talk to Torfinen. We also need to speak with Adis about the graveside. Those are fairly easy ones. Okay, well the long ship is the one I'm going to track for now. Very well. Can I go and speak with my brother? Yes, I can actually. Rurik greets you with a smile, as always, but it's not reflected in his eyes. How's it going, brother? You seemed a bit dour since the raid. Your brother holds your gaze for a moment, then he lets out a long breath. I know you said I acted correctly, but it just doesn't feel that way. I remember the failure whenever my mind is idle. I can't help it. I keep reliving the helplessness I felt. I see the way the others look at me. They say nothing, but they think I'm weak. And manly. They're right. A man who can't protect his family is no man at all. The others are wrong. I'm your brother and I know your strength. The strength of your wisdom and your kindness. Then become a man! I've always been here to protect you, but when Bjorn was away, now you must learn to protect Mother when I leave. No, I'm not going to compound the problem. But at the same time, I mean... this is a difficult situation. I don't want to seem like I'm excusing something that he considers a fault. But, yeah, the strength of your wisdom and kindness, there's untold value in those qualities. Wisdom and kindness, not the qualities of a warrior. That's why you're the thing instead of me. You were born to rule, not to fight. You weren't born to rule nor to fight, and there's no shame in that. Don't worry about what's expected of you. Just stay true to yourself. In a better world, you would be a great thing. Wisdom and kindness are qualities any ruler should possess, but we've been given a world where strength of arm is all that people respect. That's, frankly, that's a sentiment that I've echoed several times in my life at various different points, talking with my friends about being born in the wrong century. Yeah, I'm going to go with that just because it resonates with me more than because I think it would be the best thing for Rurik. That's a little bit mean of me, but it's clear that your brother sees the truth in your words, but it doesn't appear to make him feel any better. You've hit the nail on the head there, I think. I simply don't belong. I never have. Oh. A darkness seems to settle over him. The sooner I face that, the sooner I'll find a way forward. Thank you for being straight with me. You're a good brother. Why do I feel like such a bad one? Rurik. Okay, well, I think we can talk a little bit more, but I'm gonna leave him to his thoughts for now.
I heard you're leaving.
Ooh.
I want to join you.
Hello, Roskova. It'll be a dangerous trip. You'll have to contribute. I've got no doubt that Ronskova intends to contribute if she's making the officer. The officer? The officer? Why am I tripping over that word? My lord, Dr. Pepper, you have failed me. You have poisoned my tongue. Ah, scallywag drink. I knew I should have gotten tea. Why do you wish to join? She scratches her wrist. Do I really need a reason? Right. Of course. Honestly, I like this answer. No, you don't need a reason, but if you have one, I would like to hear it. But I mean, we all saw what happened. I'm not surprised by this. She scratches her wrist. It's just time to leave, you know? I owe a lot to old Hulda, but I've learned all I can from her, and I still don't know enough. I hear it's a big world out there. Well, no, I'm not going to say that because I know she'll contribute. I mean, the fact alone she can make poisons is good enough. I'm sure. I'll be glad to have you on board. I'm not gonna force her to stay. That's effectively exile, but in reverse. She smiles, and it's a proper smile for once, showing teeth and everything. Wow, a teeth smile, my lord. Thank you. I'll find someone to take care of Hulda while we're gone. That I'm very glad about. Because I was a little bit worried that I was effectively like, yeah, okay, just leave Hilda to herself, I guess. Okay, well, actually, let's quickly check on Roscova, shall we? She's got high endurance, she's got decent finesse, decent perception, very high sense. She's got good finesse, actually. Maybe a spear would be good for her. She's also got some skill with slings and knives. Alright, not bad at all. So her skill with knives gives her a bonus of quite a bit of damage, actually. This is a particularly nice knife, I guess. The death blow deals double damage, but can only be targeted immobilized enemies. So if maybe stunning, I wonder if that counts as immobilized, because that would work so well with Asleafir's ability to stun people. And the sling. Puffball launches a mushroom that explodes into a cloud of dust spores that covers the target hex and all adjacent hexes for 1 turn, treating them as full cover for the purposes of ranged attacks. Oh. So I could launch that at my group and prevent someone from attacking. That's actually pretty nice. You've also got interrupt. Okay, good. Additionally, ooh, you've got healing. That is super good. Okay, and you restore a reasonable amount of healing, it seems. Is this based on anything particular? So it's a portion of the target's hit points based on the rank of the skill. Oh, okay. You've got tactical move. You've also got witchcraft. Now, witchcraft rank 1 converts 1 herb to demoralize, sorry. There we are. Inflicts all enemies with the status effect demoralize. Mental resistance. Max accuracy is halved. Wow, that is good. And probably why it's been so hard for me when people have been demoralizing me. Okay. Poison. The target gets the status effect of venomous. Attacks apply poison on hit. And dust. Blow dust into the faces of anyone occupying the 3 front-facing hexes, which inflicts a drugged. So finesse -2 and perception -2. So that's actually pretty cool. You're also a cook. That's great. And you're good at preserving. These are really good skills to have for camping. Finally, if you got anything there, you have one thing. Evade. Grants plus 5% points range damage reduction. Okay. Oh, also, you've got low profile. Halves the chance that enemies will target this character. That's actually a pretty good one. That's a very good one. I like it. Might have to look into that a little bit more. You've got a few points to spend, but we'll spend those later. Oh my goodness. We've got so many points to spend. Okay, so having looked through everyone's skills and spent a little bit, I have given Aavak the ability to anticipate openings, so he can guarantee a critical hit on the next shot. I've also increased his diplomacy up to level 3, and finally added in low profile, which is a really, really easy one for me to purchase, actually. In fact, I'm going to grab that on Ketil as well. You're going to get low profile too. So my 3 rear fighters, so they are range fighters. They're not going to be in the front line, and I don't want people to be shooting at them if possible. Additionally, I've got him the bow rank 3, which is going to mean that he can take a full action to negate distance as an aiming penalty. Nefia has bought charge, which means that she can do additional damage if she has to run away. And finally, Asleafir has purchased the 3rd skill in sword, so can now do a heavy swing which ignores all damage reduction, which is a big thing, actually. I'm very, very happy with that. Right, now I believe our carpenter is up this way. Let's go and chat with you, shall we? Hello, Torfinen. He's in his shop, teaching one of the boys of the village the proper use of an adze, and they appear to be working on an oar. As you enter the workshop, he holds up a hand in greeting. Good work, kid. Just keep at it like that until its side is done. This side is done. I have to talk to the Thane, but I'll be right back. He stretches his back and comes over to shake your hand with a wide smile. I believe I have you and your friends to thank for returning my wife's jewelry. What can I do to repay this debt of gratitude? What are you working on at the moment? I've had a lot of work now fixing and replacing all of the things that were broken and stolen in the raid. Right now, I'm showing a little Maggie and Bjorn how to make a new oar for his father. After the old man broke it across the back of a raider. Oh, I like it. Fantastic. Did we suffer a lot of damage? Aye, it seems like those bastards managed to start a lot of fires and kick in quite a lot of doors. Kveldulfer is working on some replacement locks, so I'll be busy installing new doors when he's done. I'm sure you're not here to just check up on the repair work, though, are you? No. I'm mounting an expedition and I need a new longship. He claps his hands together and flashes you a wide grin. Ho ho! Oh, my dear man, I've been waiting for you to come to me with this task since your father's ship went with him into the afterlife. My master built that ship when I was just a young boy. I've always dreamt of completing such a project myself. That was a glorious vessel in his day, fast and durable. But I think I can build on that design and surpass my old master. What type of ship will you make? It'll be a Snekya, I think? Like your father's ship, a thin warship with a shallow keel. I'll put in 24 rowing benches so there's room for both you, your herd, and some thralls. I will not be a raider. No, I want to be a raider. What do you need? Well, timber, first and foremost. You'll need to choose a tree that we'll use to form the keel, the stern, and the hull. Our nearby forest has several grand old trees that would each make for a fine ship. If you want me to undertake this project, I will meet you in the forest and help you choose a suitable tree. If I start immediately, I should have it done, ready for late spring. What kind of woods are you looking for? He strokes his beard. Let's see. Oak is the most common. It's heavy and durable timber that will make for an intimidating vessel. Elm is a little lighter and more flexible. Could be used to make a slightly broader ship to haul a lot of cargo. Or perhaps a spruce would be a good choice. It's a lighter material that would produce a fast ship. I will pick particular types of lumber for the different parts of the ship to ensure that every component is made from the very best possible wood, but the principal material will have a great influence on the qualities of the finished vessel. We'll need sails sewn. I'll ask Dakidr and her girls what they can do. I'll need some new tools. My master tool set is worn by age and shamefully outdated. His attention seems to slip off into the distance. Her husband, Kveldulfer, should be happy to help me with that. I'll need to produce a steering oar, some sort of anchor. He notices your apprehensive look at his growing list of errands. Oh, this is nothing you need worry about. I'll make all the arrangements. Okay, well, thank goodness. This all sounds good. Can't wait to see what you can do. This had better be a magnificent ship. I want to make an impression on our neighbours. Yes. Of course. I'll ask your brother Rurik to help me with some engravings. I'm no artist, but with his help, this will be a beautiful ship. I am so glad you said that. I approve of involving Rurik in this. Meet me in the forest near your uncle's house when you have time, and we'll pick out some timber and get started. Wow, that was a good start. Okay, I'm very happy. Oh, dear me. What's wrong? Sigurd walks up to you at a brisk pace and stops abruptly at a respectful distance. Aavak, I found something you may need to deal with. What's going on? As she spends most of her days roaming the countryside, Sigurd tends to know what's happening in your lands better than anyone else. I've come across a group of travellers camping out in the forest. I can't tell if they're armed, so I thought I'd better stay clear for now. How many are they? I saw 4 in the camp, but there was too much baggage for just the 4 of them. I think they must be 6 or 7. What colours do they wear? All sorts. Nothing identifies them as a fighting unit. Thank you for your report. Well, we've just been raided. I don't like that. We ought to deal with this at once. Sigurd lets out a shallow breath she seems to have held for a while, which condenses in the cold into a wispy cloud between you. Jotjer and I will keep an eye on them until you get there. Very well. Sigurd checks the knife in her belt as she turns on the spot and strides away towards the forest. Ooh, that doesn't bode well. Okay. Well, it seems that we have quite a lot of work to do for us. We've got to go to the forest anyway, it seems. Preparation of the longship, unwanted guest, they're both in the forest. Tomb Raider, I'm going to have to talk with someone about that one, but I'm probably going to go and do that first. However, I would like to go and talk with Gunnar before we wrap this episode up. It has gone on a little bit longer than I intended, but I'm sure no one really minds that right now. Let's go and have a chat with our friend over here. Hello! Let's see. Gunnar is still where you left him. A hog is curiously sniffing his pants. Good to see you again. Have you decided what to do with me? Okay. You attacked my people. If you thought I would let you live, you are unbearably naive. You're free to leave. I don't care where you go, but you better get out of my town. No, See, thing is, Gunnar strikes me as a person that understands where his bread is buttered. And if I offer to have him join my herd, I mean, we've killed his raiding party. What's he going to do? This is probably the best option. If later on he wants to slip away, that's fine with me. He doesn't seem the sort of person who would necessarily betray someone. However, he seems, I don't know, an oddly civilized individual, and I like it. I have an offer for you. I want you to join my herd. I accept. Wow. I didn't expect this to be so easy. Why would I reject such an offer? You showed remarkable prowess in defeating my men. I would love to fight by your side. Oh, this is good. We'll find you a place to stay. For now, we can at least get you out of this pig pen. The Ulfhedin stretches, squeezes his wrist to get the blood flowing again, then puts out a huge hand to seal the deal. I swear before Odin to follow you wherever you ask and serve you with my life. Well, can't say fairer than that for someone who follows Odin. I accept. How fantastic! We've got a new member of the party. Oh my lord, so many new people. I'm going to have to check your skills as well. Dare I? Let's have a quick just look at your abilities. You are incredibly strong. You're not very perceptive, though. I will not trust you with the job of checking traps. I promise. But we'll check over the rest of the skills quickly. We've got axes. We've got hand axes. I guess those are like throwing axes or something along those lines. We've also got just a decent group of combat offensive skills. Rebuke, which is kicking them back a hex, which is quite cool. Dual wielding. Good. I like it. We've also got... Oh, you can inspire people as well. Well, that's good that we've got two people who can do that. Perhaps I can lay off that a little bit then with Aavak in that case. Guarding. We've also got repairing for camping duties. And bloodthirsty. Plus 10% damage after a kill. Remarkable. But that's where we're going to be ending this episode. Bit of a more talky one, but we've actually managed to grow our herd quite a lot. To be perfectly honest, I'm quite happy with this. We've got a good spread of skills at this point, and I'm very happy to have another front-line combatant. This bodes well for the future. In the next episode, we are going to be going to the forest, however, and finding out what this group of people camping in my lands are up to. But that is going to be it from now. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you will be joining me for the next. But until then, and as always, do remember to like if you liked, sub if you haven't, and I'll see you then. Take care, everyone.